was like, great.
But we don't do any editing.
Are you allowed to swear?
Yes.
Even though my nan will comment on this and say...
Did you see her comment? It's like too many F's, Ashley.
Yeah, and I was like, Nan, do you not listen to the very, very first part of the podcast? Is that yours or mine?
Yours.
Maybe I should get the vape out. I probably shouldn't vape in the green room.
I don't think they care.
All right, let's go. Welcome to Fun, Fresh and Footy with Pete and Ash. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome back to another edition of the Sunday Sesh, brought to you by the Fun, Fresh and Footy podcast with Pete and Ash. We also are joined by two lovely guests. Now, just to quickly start this off, as you are all aware, this is the podcast with terrible tips, great yarns, and absolutely zero editing. So the fact that I've also forgotten my notes for this podcast is probably how this is going to go. So
Should be right.
we'll just wing it. So joined with us today are two absolute superstars. So girls, feel free to just speak into the mics. Introduce yourself. Go around, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Kaitlan.
Hello, Caitlin.
Hello.
Welcome to Fun, Fresh and Footy.
Thank you for having me.
That's all right.
And I'm Bree.
Hello, Bree. Welcome to Fun, Fresh and Footy also.
So for everyone that doesn't just recognise the voices off by heart, this is Kaitlan Leaney and Brianna Hoy. They are rugby union superstars. They both play for the Waratahs. And, you know, there's a few other big achievements in there. We'll get to those later in the podcast, but it's great to have them on the show.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah, thank you for jumping on, girls, especially short notice, and it has been a bit of a shambles. For our YouTube for our YouTube viewers, you will see once again we are in a different space. As in the title of our podcast, it is called Fun, Fresh and Footy. So fun and fresh. You never know when we're going to fucking pop up. Like, we will pop up anywhere. So we're actually in the green room, so there you go. Surprises out. All right. Enough dribble about us. Who cares about us? Let's get to know you girls. So you both played together in the Waratah comp, is that correct? So is that the Super W comp that just went ahead in Coffs Harbour, or have you been playing together prior to that?
Bree and I are actually both from Coffs Harbour, so we played together there for the Coffs Harbour Snappers. And
What a name.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
And how did you go while you're playing for the Snappers? Any prems?
We made it to the grand final, but then unfortunately lost.
Who to?
Port Pirates.
I hate the Pirates.
I was going to say, is that the one you hate as well?
I was going to say, do you reckon we ever versed each other? Because you
Yeah.
played for...
I thought you played for Marlins though.
I did. No,
Yeah.
So I was,
I versed you when you played for Marlins, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I've just heard that the Pirates are snitches.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
100%.
That's how they won. Like, I'm sorry. It still hurts to this day. The grand final. I don't even know
What year was
it
this? What year was it? Like, take us all back.
2019.
2019.
Oh, yeah, that
It
was the year the Roosters won the grand final.
I'm pretty sure we had the minor. What is it? The minor premiership.
Minor
where
premiership,
you're undefeated. We had that, and then we went to the grand final like as the favourites.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ref was from Port, and his daughter was playing in the team. Anyway,
That's a bit of
long
a
story
conflict of interest
It
if
is.
you're
Yes.
asking my personal opinion.
Considering
but anyway.
there was that whole conspiracy with the NRL ref who's like nearly lost his job from reffing Origin because his brother was seen in a Queensland jersey.
Oh my god.
So I think that this situation at the Snappers was much more controversial. than that.
What did Jeff Tooby say? There needs to be an investigation.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck that.
Anyway, was it a close game?
Yeah, it was. I think we ended up only losing by a try, maybe. And they tried
after the buzzer.
After the buzzer.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
the ball. The buzzer. It still hurts now.
Yeah,
I get so
it
worked
is.
up about it.
Oh,
very-
God, I don't have tissues or anything
It's
for
depressing.
you. They're in my cat
because
over
there
there.
is like no greater thing than winning a premiership.
Yeah.
Like it's a great feeling. So it is hard when it's taken away from you like that. I have heard the Snappers are going well now though.
They are undefeated. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Let's hope it's not a rerun of 2019
Yeah, I
where
know.
they.
To
I
be
don't
honest,
think
I've
they've ever won a premiership, have they?
Yeah, last
Oh,
year.
oops.
I've also never won a premiership, so except for like when I was like under 12 netballs,
Yeah,
the
I've
Urban
won a
Angels, we
few
got
netball
up,
ones.
but never a rugby one. I seem to follow teams that lose a lot. So I feel like I mean
gonna
like
say,
I
don't
played
you follow-
no
I was
I
like,
mean like
excuse me?
Watch your mouth out.
I played for the Blacks and like we like hardly ever won a
Oh,
game, and then I
yeah.
went
And
to
then-
uni and we like hardly ever won a game, and now I'm at Merriweather and
Yeah, we were actually quite successful before you came.
that's what I mean. I'm like
Maybe you're cursed.
I fucking probably
like
am.
it?
But I've had Reiki recently, so hopefully that's like sort of sorted all my shit out.
With that though, did you have a big grand final weekend?
We did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sent it?
In Coffs.
Yeah.
It was obviously-
How do the Snappers do it? It's a good weekend.
Yeah, we had a bus, so that was fun. It was obviously
bus
travel
trip's
to
always
Port.
good.
Yeah, so it was a big bus trip home, and then I think we just had like a bonfire back at the home field.
And ripped and
that'd
teared.
be nice.
Did you burn like chairs and stuff?
Yeah.
Does it get that
Yeah.
wild?
It did.
Yeah, I love
nice,
when that happens.
And so, how many years were you playing at the Snappers together?
You can answer.
how old are you two, by the way, if you don't
I'm
mind
20.
me asking?
Yeah, I'm 21.
Holy
20 and 21.
shit. I feel so old. Anyway,
But so played Snappers 2019 together, but then I was with the SU Marlins for 2 years before that.
Yeah,
So
yep.
17 and 18.
so that's
Yeah.
what I wanted to say. Let's go right back for both
Yep.
of you. So when did you both start playing like any type of sport? So did you go straight into footy? Did you play netball?
Yeah.
Did you do athletics? Did you do...
Both pretty different. I started playing netball like from when I was like 6 or something till I was 17.
I think we had this conversation. Everyone has a netball.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no, it was good. And then from netball, my brother and my dad played. Well, my brother played footy for the SU Marlins, and Dad was involved with the club a lot. So that I was always there on a Saturday after netball, and then loved it. So then they put in a women's team.
Was that
in
full?
2017?
Was that full 15?
Nah, it's just sevens.
Sevens? Yeah, cool. That's a nice introduction.
They're doing 10s now, which is good. So it's
Yeah,
growing.
it's a good introduction into it.
And what about you, Bro?
I played basketball my whole life.
Yep.
Basically until 2019 when I gave rugby a try.
Yeah, and how'd you go in basketball? Were you making
It was really good.
sides?
Dunks and alley oops and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really know much
Just
about
layups.
basketball. Layups. I was like, I'm running out of terms. I don't know anything about basketball.
Dribbles?
Free throws.
We would have been so good at that then.
No, but so you're quite good at basketball.
Yeah, she was. Really
Yeah?
good. She was
Pretty
very
average,
humble.
but yeah. No, played that.
What
but
position were you? I'll pretend like I know what they are.
Point guard.
That's the only one I know. Well, that's good because that's no.
Yeah.
That's actually the
Sorry.
first one was like a wah, but then it was meant to be
I
slaps.
usually fuck the buttons up at least once. See, the thing's already timed out on me.
But yeah, that point guard's actually the only position I know.
What is point guard? Is that a
That's the one that does
defence?
all the running in the middle. Isn't
Yeah,
it? That's like
the
Paddy
workhorse.
Mills.
Dribble the
It's like the
ball
Paddy Mills of Australia. Isn't he? Isn't he point guard?
They pretty much do all the hard work and,
Yeah.
and let the.
You look like a hard worker.
She is.
You
Yeah.
look like you would have put a lot of hard work into that court. So what made you then decide to give up your basketball dreams and then scoot over to rugby?
Well, I'd played it from the age of about 4 or 5 all the way through to 18, 19.
Is this
So-
basketball or rugby?
Bring your mic a bit.
basketball.
Bring,
Oh, sorry.
bring your mic in. I know I'm like
Basketball.
Yeah,
pretty
until
much
about
hooking up
18.
with mine, but you don't have to be that close. But
Yeah, and then it wasn't. I think Kaitlan sort of gave me the push. Play rugby with her.
Right.
And-
And
there's always
19.
one that just
Just in my ear, you know.
come
So-
smash bitches with me.
so
It's
what
fine.
made you move from Marlins to Snappers?
Marlins didn't get a team.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
In 2019, they just were struggling for numbers, and then I wanted to play, so I went to Snappers.
So the comp up there, like in regard, like relation to say like Hunter Women's here,
Yeah.
is it as big or smaller,
No,
or
it's-
is
It's
it?
got
heaps
more
smaller.
teams.
Really?
Well, the Hunter Women's Rugby's only got 5.
That's what I
used to
mean.
have-
I think
We used to have, when I played, it was Warhope, Port Pirates, Vikings,
Yeah.
Marlins, Snappers, Kempsey,
Barraville.
Bower.
Oh, actually, yeah. This is
and Grafton was meant to be in it, but they ended up dropping out.
yeah.
I just realised I never pressed record.
Yeah, you did. I thought you saw. Yeah.
I saw you do it too, but it's meant to be red, hey?
I'll do some editing. That's all right. Keep going.
Yeah. So this was my North Coast comp. Yeah, they must have a few, like
Yeah, so there's more teams, but like less.
It's just like
Not
less as
as
in
big
they can't
teams,
have like
Less numbers.
you guys would
Yeah.
probably have obviously more teams if it was a 10s or 7s comp, but
Yeah, and also there's like less. If you want to play footy, there's like less competition for other
Oh,
footies
that's-
because there wasn't
yeah.
really league or anything like
Well,
that.
that's the thing about like what makes our comp struggle is rugby league skyrocketed in 2017 and it's pulled.
I guess
a
it
lot
was
of
kind
girls.
of with Union. Like I felt like it kind of skyrocketed in 2016 when the Aussie girls won the gold cup, the gold medal.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
and then
yeah.
and then that's why sevens was like this
So big.
massive thing. And then from then it just kind of like
yeah.
died down a bit. League just put in so
Well,
much money.
in
and-
Newcastle, I think it was 2017. They ran a nines comp, probably off the back of the success of the Hunter Women's. Not the Hunter Women's.
Hunter Women's winning gold in Olympics.
The Hunter Women's winning gold. No, the Aussie girls winning gold. And they ran a nines comp, which was flooded with women who joined. And then from there, they actually started I think it was 2018. They started the 13-a-side comps, and obviously the NRL just pump money into that.
Yeah.
As we know, we've spoken to a couple of other NRLW players, and we're getting more teams involved and stuff. But it's it's awesome to see that. Well, Super W were doing it well before the NRL. So
Yeah.
Um,
I guess when NRL started like skyrocketing, a lot of the girls who played Union went to league. Like,
Yeah, well,
you look
yeah.
at the Origin that was played. Like so many of those girls came from
Union girls. Yeah, Union's definitely been around the longest, but yeah, I think NRL's probably just putting that more effort and the resources
definitely.
into.
But growing
they're
up,
doing.
growing up as kids, did you watch rugby or did you watch rugby league growing up? Like just from memory.
league.
League?
Yeah.
That's exactly the same. Like the only reason I play rugby union is because it was the only thing around when I joined.
Yeah.
But
That was the same as me. Like I
Yeah.
wanted to play tackle, and they didn't have a tackle comp in Coffs for league. They had league tag, but I was like, nah.
League tag
No
is
way.
gay
so
tag.
hard to
hate
I
it.
shouldn't say that actually. I should have blipped that out.
But yeah,
That's what I used to say to Katie when she played it. And I was like, I'm not coming to watch this shit.
it was just I couldn't play it. And then so they had the tackling.
It's
for
almost
Union,
like
obviously.
Union was just like the fallback because it was the only thing going.
Yeah,
And now
and I feel like whenever I talk to anyone that, like any girl that plays Union, it's always like, oh, we just had this one teacher at our school that was really into Union, and he just like roped us into one school carnival one time.
Yeah.
Did you ever play a union game at school?
Oh, one out of our
That's what I
whole
mean, I
time.
feel
That's what
like
I mean.
every-
There'll be like an annual
Yeah.
one-day competition that like everyone just goes
Yeah.
to.
Yes,
we
I'm-
played one comp because our sports coordinator, he was like, he hated girls playing union and league and that sort of thing. So
You hate to see it. I hope he's out of his job now.
he's
Whoever you
retired.
He's
Good.
a Marge.
He's old.
And we hope his retirement sucks too.
I hate that.
But I feel, I'm the same with you. I feel like there's always one teacher that's
That's just like
super
really,
red hot and
just like a rugby
Yeah.
dribbler that loves
if-
it.
I remember our comp and like we had absolutely no idea what we were doing, and
You never do,
we
that's
still
right.
like ripped and teared. And I remember because Mum and Dad came and watched, and the boys coach told the boys to come over and watch us play our game and said, that's how you need to go out there and just defend, because we must have just been
You
fucking
just go-
flying out of the line
No,
and just smacking bitches
we
left,
had-
right and centre.
Literally, I think the first time we played union for school, it was in year 12, was it? Or year
Yeah.
11? Anyway, but so we just had like a bunch of girls. I think Brie and I were the only ones who had an idea how to play. So then just a bunch of our friends were like, just put in a team, like we'll just give it a red hot crack. And then like
figure it out
so
along the
many of the
way.
girls who would come from like basketball, netball, or anything, were putting on the biggest hits.
Yeah.
Like big,
Because you're just like no fear, and you're just like, I'm just going to
Literally.
run 100 miles out of it and throw my body, and you're just like,
they fully did that, and I was like, I don't even tackle like that. Like, where does this come from? And they were just like running full ball and just smashing.
100%.
bitches.
And
I
that's
love
like,
that.
and also, you know, from
No
like
fear.
Coffs area, you know, there's normally a few, well, like I'm from Maxwell, there's normally
Yeah.
a few like bogan girls that just
Yeah,
have never played, but
100%.
they jump in the side with you, and they're just like, they just go out there and like chop ankles
They go
all
out there
day.
and they're trying to kill. Yeah.
Anyway, so obviously you played for Snappers together, and then you live in Newcastle now, Kaitlan,
Yeah.
and Bree, you live in Sydney. When did you both move?
I moved 2020. Yeah.
2020, so
Yeah.
just last year.
Yeah. Started last
And
year.
both, same with you, Bree?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you moved for uni, Kaitlan?
Yeah.
And what are you doing?
What are you studying?
I'm studying. I'm still enrolled in teaching.
Yeah.
PE teaching, but I want to change to EP. like exercise phys.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
would be good.
mad.
I used to
I'd
want to
love
do exercise
Yeah,
physiology.
I wish I did that.
I feel like they did that one little part of it in PE in year 12, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's mad.
Oh, you're sorry.
Sorry, you go.
I was just gonna say, like, it was the only reason I kind of went into teaching was, when you don't know what you're to do, but
don't
you
know
love
what
sport.
You
Yeah,
don't know what
yeah,
you
yeah,
want
yeah.
to do when you're 18. I'm 20. I lied at the start and said I was 28. I'm actually 27. But I still have no idea what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I've changed my career like 3 times.
And
now.
that's like fine. Like you're not expected to
Yeah.
know. Like you shouldn't be expected to know what you want to do. Like at
Times
this
are
age.
definitely changing.
Yeah, but that's what I was like. Oh, like I love sport and
Exercise physiology would be such a rewarding job as
Yeah.
well. And then it being like from a sporting background and whatnot.
Yeah.
You'd
I
love
also
it and
like
kill it.
that
I just
exercise
don't want-
physiology is like kind of more the science and stuff behind it rather than just like physio would be good, but at the end I'm just giving like a million massages.
Yeah, treatments.
Yeah.
You're actually
And what,
helping people.
is that what you do? I'm so sorry.
we can't edit this out either.
I used to want to be a physio myself, but I was like, I'm gonna
What
get
year
sore
are you?
hands.
What year are you? Because like I have the crookest neck from our game on Wednesday night, and I'm not kidding. Like my neck is so sore to turn this way. So if you want to like,
give me a massive.
Anyway,
give me a treatment.
this was all sort of mumbled, but Bree is doing physio at uni.
I'm actually doing sport and exercise science, and then hoping
that's the
to
other
do
one
Yep,
I
yep,
wanted
yep,
to
yep,
do.
yep.
God,
That sounds good. And what uni are you doing that at?
I'm so lazy.
You still can.
UTS.
Yeah, nice. Well, that's good. But you play so now you play for Sydney Uni?
Yes.
So is that the closest team to you? What made you play for Sydney Uni?
Actually, my pa just happened to know a mate over at Sydney Uni.
Yeah, right.
And then he basically called me as soon as he figured out that I was going to Sydney and was like, oh, you're going to training.
What a good team
the
to get
first
into.
day.
Yeah, that is a
Like,
good team
I
to
was
get into.
so
Sydney Uni is
scared.
like the top team in New South Wales.
Yeah.
like, at the moment for
Yeah, they're
15s
so
rugby.
disciplined.
That's like when
and,
Liz went there. We
yeah,
were like,
Liz is going, and she
"Hey,
said
you
it's just
snitch."
the training. She said the training's just so like professional
Yeah.
and everything's.
and
really
you'd
well
have all the
disciplined.
facilities and all the resources and whatnot. So
And even just the experience of the players that are there.
Yeah,
like,
100%. You'd have learned so much from the caliber of players.
So have you met Liz? You obviously know Liz
Yeah,
Kennedy.
yeah,
She's a weapon.
definitely.
Shout out to
Legend.
Liz. We miss you
Yeah.
so much.
So this is your second year playing for Sydney Uni now?
Yeah.
Yep. And how's that going? You love it there?
Yeah, absolutely love it. Great bunch of girls, and as you guys said,
Yeah.
training's great. But yeah, haven't played a club game in a little while, and
Yeah,
probably be a
no.
little bit
I
longer.
was just
Yeah,
about to
probably not
say,
gonna
what
be on
is
for a
happening with the Jack Scott Cup?
Nah, it's not
No
looking
idea.
good.
postponed till further notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing because, like, we don't want COVID coming here.
Very true. Yeah.
So, Caitlin, yours is a little bit less straightforward. You came to Newcastle, and then tell us your rugby playing career since then, leading
Gosh.
up to.
Yeah, so like, did you play for a Hunter team? Or?
No. So I moved to Newcastle 2020, and then I played. Scully reached out to me because I think had seen me like. He obviously was coach for Hunter. Then I played for North Coast.
Yep.
So then he was like, "Oh, come play with the Hawks." And then I played the sevens, so just the
Sevens,
Friday night
summer
sevens.
sevens,
Yes,
Yep.
because
Yeah.
that's how I think I remember like meeting you. Well, I met you through Katie, but
Yeah.
that's how I think I remember you coming on the
Yeah.
scene. Because I'm like, and that was written in my notes that I did actually have. Like, how did you come into the Hunter?
Yeah, literally.
Where did you pop up from?
Yeah, nowhere. I just moved here. Then Scully was like, "Come to training." And it was just the sevens.
Yep.
Yep.
So then I went to played Hawks at sevens, and then from then COVID hit, and then
Yeah.
that's when the Hunter Wildfires kind of were putting in a team, and I was
Yep.
like, "Oh, I'll give it a go."
Yep.
Sorry. And then
Excuse.
started playing with them, and that's about it. It was interesting because I think one of the things that I've realised with obviously the Hunter Wildfires going into the Sydney comp. I didn't play 15s rugby in Newcastle in like
Yeah.
the women, so I didn't know the effect that it had on the local clubs.
Yeah.
But then, like in my perspective, it was good because I was able to be able to play in against the Sydney.
100%. So, look, for someone who didn't have anything to do with the wildfires,
Yeah.
the first year that it went ahead, everyone was salty about
And yeah, I can 100%
because,
understand that.
like, all these good players were going and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think everyone got the fuck over it.
Yeah.
2021, everyone's over it because, like, yeah, yous are the best in the Hunter, and if yous do want it, it's a challenge for yourself, and obviously off the back of that, you get that opportunity then to even go further
Well,
in
that's
a
the
rugby
thing,
career.
That was kind of my perspective of it. If I wasn't playing for the Hunter Wildfires, I don't think I would have had the opportunity to
Bloody
be picked
hell.
for the Waratahs or
Absolutely
and be
not.
where I am now.
Absolutely
so like,
not.
I was like super grateful for it.
Yeah.
Everyone was just salty because we all hate change.
Yeah.
And also, everyone was like, "Oh, it's a tens comp now," but it was literally a COVID year. Like
It's an
tossed and
asterisk,
turned.
yeah.
Like, they
It's
didn't
good
even,
to be able just to play any sort of rugby.
yeah, they didn't
Yeah,
even
we
know
were
if the
lucky to be
local
on the
comp was going to
park.
go ahead. And then, yeah, so the fact that they were kind of like, yeah, it won't be on, whatever. And then it finally went ahead and it was a tens comp. And it's like, they were the only people in the Hunter that even got to play. The men's comp was completely suspended.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. We were so
really,
lucky,
like-
and
yeah. And then this year they've got a full, like the whole comp of 15. So I think that everyone's kind of.
Yeah. So that was actually
over
my
that.
first 15s game, like 2 weeks ago for
Yeah,
Hamilton.
for Hamilton.
in Hamilton. So
Yeah.
you're playing today, eh?
Yeah,
Against
Waratah.
who?
Against
Should we
Waratah.
go and watch?
Yeah, I was thinking about it, eh?
What time?
140 at Waratah
So
Oval.
yourself and Brie are both playing. So Brie,
Yes.
you're here because
Where are you
you know
playing at?
Sydney's.
Waratah Oval.
You were out of Sydney in time, and it's all in lockdown. So you just thought, I'm not going to go back there.
Yeah, definitely. Why go
Sorry,
back
it's because
into
when you
lockdown?
said you were from Sydney, sorry
You're
to
like,
interrupt. Sorry, I tend to interrupt everyone that I
That's
speak
fine.
to.
That's fine.
When you did say you were from Sydney, my first
Red
initial
flag.
thought was like,
Fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, I know.
Literally.
The other day in the grandstand, Caitlin's yelling out, "Oh, you're from Sydney? Yeah, Sydney." I was like, oh.
And everyone's like, get a mask on.
shut your mouth.
Yeah.
I need to learn to use that button more.
But yeah.
That's the bleep button, by
yeah.
the way.
Yeah, no. So it's good that you got the opportunity to not be in the lockdown, and now
Yeah.
you're getting to still play some footy for the Hawks. So.
Yeah.
And you're in Newcastle, like the best. Like this is God's country. Like I
Beautiful.
know that you're from Coffs or wherever or whatever, Maxwell,
Wherever, whatever, who cares?
whatever. This is Merriweather. Like this is God's country. Like
Look at the view.
It is a
look
good
at the
view from
fucking
here.
view.
It's
You can
gorgeous.
almost see my house from here.
Oh
if
my
the,
gosh.
like the beach is just there. I know you got to travel out to Waratah to play later, but you get
Is
to
it
come-
at Waratah?
Yeah.
You get to come back and like this is God's country. Please come play for Merriweather next year. We'll
We would
look.
love
We'll
it.
figure it out. We'll whip up some contracts. We've got
Sponsors.
a big. We'll get more sponsors involved.
Anyway, so then you were both playing. I feel
Anyways.
like we're just like.
If we had nodes, this would be heaps more.
Crabbit gets a little bit sidetracked at times.
I'm very energized this morning.
But anyway, from this, you're playing Wildfires. This
Yes.
is your second year now. It's all sort of been a bit of a jumble.
Yeah.
You've been playing for Sydney Uni, and you both got picked up for the New South Wales Waratahs women.
Yep.
That's very exciting. I know I work with you, Caitlin, or
We
used
did.
used to work with you before when I had work.
Same.
Do you not have it yet?
I haven't worked since I gave you that shift.
I haven't worked. I haven't been given a single shift since they had that
Oh
speech,
my
except for
God.
your one.
Oh my god.
So these two girls also work at Tomago with myself, but I'm the only one that actually
Yeah, we've both been
rocks up to
sacked.
Tomago and gets
Our
paid
jobs
by
are being
them.
made redundant.
Yeah, but like they just didn't make it official. We just like they're like, oh yeah, you'll
I
get
was saying
shifts.
yesterday, I was like, I need to clean out my locker. I was like, I have so much
I
shit.
know, all my
I was about
stuff
to say,
is
I'll
still
go
there.
and clean your lockers out for you.
I've got gym clothes, hairbrush, like.
I know. I had to message Crebit and be like, can you bring my shoes home?
I also went through the wrong person's locker as well. When
Anyway, sorry. So,
Sidetracked.
and obviously you've been training for Waratahs. Well, you both
Yeah.
would have for a long time.
Yeah.
So the comp went along 3 weeks ago, roughly.
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago in class.
The Super W competition, which we'll get to. But yeah, you were training for what, nearly 6 months, maybe?
Oh gosh, yeah.
3 nights a week.
3 nights a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that?
What you go first because I've got a different take on it than you do.
Yeah, so I started training straight after the Chikurovsky Cup.
Yep.
So that was actually last year, so into like November, December. And then the 3 training nights a
Yeah.
week. I mean, I loved it.
Yep.
It was pretty full on at the beginning, just like getting your head around work, uni, and training. But once
trying to
you're
find
there,
a
like,
routine.
yeah,
That's the
you're
thing.
you're working hard. They were really good to us. They gave us dinner after trainings, like one less thing you got to think about. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was great.
It is really hard though, and like a few of the guests that we've had on here are, you know, the same thing, playing like professional football as women, and it is that thing
so
of
rough.
having to juggle everything. You know, you're not
Yeah.
given
Yeah.
anything. You have to
Yeah.
juggle. You know, you've also got to go to uni because you still need a career. Like
Yeah.
you need to work because you need money to be able to go to things. Like nothing's really like
No.
done
and
for
then,
you, but it
and
is
then
such a good
training is
opportunity.
also down in Sydney as
Yeah,
well.
Yeah, so that was like kind of like my take on it. I was like still so grateful for the opportunity. Like I had the best experience. But it was just like the travel was just so rough. Like you'd leave, we went 3 nights a week. So Monday Wednesday, Thursday, and it was leaving here at like 3 and then getting back at like 11 o'clock at night. Like,
Yeah.
And then when we were working, it was like getting up at 5:30 for work the next day and then doing it again. Like it was just,
exactly.
it just like it was the biggest toll on your body as well, because the sessions were they were hard. Like the fitness contact, like you're just bashing each other up the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you're getting in the car for 2 hours and you're stiff and
exactly.
like you get out home and you feel like you're 80 years old. Like.
Yeah, and it's a big toll, and you're paying for your fuel to get down there every time, and it's just like it is a big effort. And obviously, you were saying you're not. I think you would went down to less subjects at uni because you would like you've just had so much on. And
you'll
that's
have
like
a mental burnout.
so understand. Yeah, like it's so hard when you're making that time to travel. Like you've got no off time really.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Like I guess this with the COVID at the moment, it was kind of like a blessing in disguise, because with the Wallaroo stuff, like we're supposed to be traveling now, like 2 nights a week. So it wasn't even a break coming back from class.
It's good to just get a breather.
Which I would do it. I would do it without even like.
Yeah, of course, because that's what you want to do. But like,
just hard.
it definitely is hard, and that's the thing. And then you're playing Wildfires, where we were also traveling to Sydney. So we were up at like we'd get on the bus at like 9 o'clock in the morning and not get home till like 7 o'clock at night. So that's your whole Saturday wiped out. Like
I completely forgot you were still playing for the Wildfires as well. So when you weren't training there as well, you still got to back up for that. And
then we're going to Sydney 4 times a week.
Yeah,
because then it was like 3 nights training, and then it was
Saturday.
Did they compensate you for fuel or anything?
Not yet, but we kept all our receipts. I think when we go, we haven't seen them since the comp was over.
Yeah, exactly. So we will get into that. So the comp was at Coffs Harbour, so that would have been a fucking unreal experience. The fact to go home, like this is both your first year for the Waratahs, and to go and play in Coffs Harbour, your hometown, like that is crazy.
It was just so, I've used the word like it was so surreal so many times, but that's the only way I can really
it would have been mad. It would have been absolutely mad.
It was at first, Bree and I were kind of like, oh my gosh, like what are the chances back at home? Because usually like you're playing for the Waratahs, you'll be travelling like to different states.
Exactly right.
But then it ended up being like the best thing ever. Like your first year, and you've got your family there. Like a lot of the girls obviously couldn't have family go and watch them for the big games, the grand final, because they're all in Sydney. So we were so lucky, had like all our friends, family, and there was heaps of like media things that we did that we would never usually do.
I saw you all over. I saw you on everything, and I saw Bree, you're on a big flag.
Oh,
were you?
yes.
A big flag on the roundabout.
We got to keep those.
That's hectic.
Mate, these brought it in today. We should have hung it up.
These girls' faces were all over the TVs, on Instagram, on flags around roundabouts.
So
They were poster girls, which is so exciting. Like that's the best.
So talk us through the competition at COF. So talk us through your experience, what it was like to be there at that professional level.
Well, we were supposed to play Western Force. They played the Presidents the first Thursday, but then they actually decided to go home because they had to go into lockdown. So we didn't really get that information until game day, so we were still preparing. But nonetheless, we just waited. We had a few jersey presentations on leading up until that one game. And then our first game was against the Brumbies, I think the second Wednesday. Everyone was just so excited to just play rugby.
I turned up to my house and you were watching this on my lounge when...
I think that was the game. I think that was one, and it was one of the
I turned up once and Peter was like sitting on my lounge watching the rugby, and I was like, hey.
I didn't have Stan Sports.
No, it was heaps good. Like the experience in COFs, like everything was like so well organised, and like credit to everyone who was organising the comp and like the managers and stuff, because like fuck, it would have been hard. Like teams having to go home. Like they put together that Super W Select within like. Pete, you played in that.
Yeah. They called us at lunchtime the day before.
Yeah. Because I didn't put 2 and 2 together. You told me you were going to Maxville, and then you'd sent me a Snapchat from Maxville. And
then she was playing Super W.
And then you were on the TV, and I'm like, fuck, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
That was good. Well, that was because Western Force pulled out. So that's
what I'm saying. Like the comp, just like how they organise everything, and
with
so
like
last minute.
Just organising something like that where it's like 3 weeks of games all like constantly throughout it, as well as, making sure teams aren't going to be too fatigued, like making sure things are spaced out, as well as dealing with COVID and stuff. When you were in the camp, was it like still high energy and stuff, or was it kind of like they were trying to get used to relax and just
That's what I was going to say.
enjoy
What
each
was
other's
yeah,
company?
yeah? How did they treat
What was
you
the
in
vibe?
when you weren't playing
Yeah.
or training? Were you taking downtime? Were you doing lots of active recovery? Were you doing lots of bonding and shit?
Yeah,
Or?
we had a lot of we did have a lot of downtime because obviously we went to Coffs thinking we're playing 3 games, well hopefully 3, and then it went to just the Brumbies and the grand final. So we had a bit of downtime. We had massages. We had a lot of massages, which was
that's
good.
nice.
Bree's family. Bree's famous in Coffs. Her family, the Hoys, they've got Hoys Physiotherapy and they
Shout out.
Allied Health. Yep. So Dad
And they were in charge of the
Teed ups.
Waratahs? Massages or?
I think the Waratahs hired them to do our massages.
How good.
Yeah, so that was good. And then we were we're at a Newcastle, we're right on the beach, so we went for lots of
Yeah.
walks on the beach.
Yep.
And then there was a coffee van there that we always went to. Played board games. It was
Yep.
pretty chill, like the downtime, because I don't know.
you
I think
It
you
was
need that too
It
because,
was- yeah, that's the thing. We didn't know what was going to happen. Like we could have
Yeah.
been sent back to Sydney. Like we didn't even know we were going to
Yeah.
play.
But that's even what, like, I remember getting a message from Katie, especially when, like, the Western Force team, like, were pulled out completely. They're like, they might be pulling the pin on the whole thing.
yeah,
And it's like, oh, shit. And then they're like, no, we're not.
yeah.
Like,
it was
other teams
So I
haven't
could
even
just
got there
imagine
yet.
your heads are just like, what is
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
on?
It was like you'd find yourself like days where we'd have like a gym session in the morning and we wouldn't be doing anything for the rest of the day. Like it was just chill. But by the night time, you're buggered because you're just mentally drained because
Yeah.
there was so much like talk about, oh, what's going to happen, we're
Yeah.
all this. And then our perspective, it was like months of hard work and training.
Oh,
and
100%. You've been
Yeah.
training your ass off
Yeah.
for the last 6 months
That's
for
what I
this
mean. And
comp.
you've,
That's what I
you've
mean.
like sacrificed so,
So
much by
much.
3 nights a week training and
Yeah.
then have like
That's why we
to
were
think
just like,
about it
what is going
potentially
on?
being called off.
Yeah.
Like so some of the other teams probably wouldn't have been, it would have been still hard. It's hard for everyone, but
Yeah.
like
But
the
you just had-
amount of
yeah.
time you'd invest into
Yeah.
it and like money and
Yeah.
like
Well-
effort, it
well-
would have been so devastating.
Like, Katie played in the President's 15 and I think she might have had 2 or 3 training sessions.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what she said compared to you girls.
We were months and months.
Months and
Yeah.
months and months of preparation.
But I think a lot of, I can't talk for all the other teams, but I know that I think the Reds, they only picked their team, like their team to take to Coffs maybe like a month out or something. Like,
yeah, exactly right. But
So-
in saying that, I obviously we tried to watch as many as we could on Sand Sport, and because
Yeah.
I did play that last day, I got to watch your final. It 100% showed that you guys had been training together. Like
Yeah.
you guys just looked
Clicked.
so
Yeah.
smooth. Like everything was
Yeah.
working together so well. How did the grand final feel?
Oh, it was so good. Like,
Yeah.
it
Were you
was
nervous
the best,
before it?
Yeah, I was shitting my pants. It was the best rugby I've ever played.
It was a
Like,
great game.
Yeah, it was. Everything's just like it's so far. What am I trying to say? Fast paced.
Yeah.
I couldn't even say that. Yeah, it was super fast and like the contact was rough. But then you just like the trust you had from like the people around you. Like you just had to. The biggest difference playing at that level to like say just like playing club rugby. It was like you just had to focus on your job. Like
Yeah, because you knew
just-
everyone else would do theirs.
yeah, like you didn't have to like worry about what was going on around. Like if for me, I was playing second row, I just had to worry about set piece and like making sure I made my tackles and hitting rucks, that sort of thing.
And
Like,
that's the difference from playing like your Jack Scott level
Yeah.
or whatever to the proper professional. You know what your job is and you just have trust and faith in
Yeah.
the person around you that they're going to do their job as
yeah.
well.
So that was just like awesome to play.
That's cool hearing it from you because you're like we talk a lot of rugby league and watch a lot of rugby league content and stuff and we talk that all their interviews are like they have to go out and do their job and it's so cool to hear it from like you's doing it at that level and it's exactly the same for the women so it's good to hear women killing it too.
Yeah. And do you both feel like you've learnt a lot from the experience? Like, I think that obviously Wildfires would be very grateful to have Kaitlan you back, like bringing your skills. With you, Bree, like you've got so many of you that were in that side. So you were just like Sydney Uni will be firing once they get back,
my
sort of
gosh.
thing. Like they already were,
And
but
also
you know
just
what
like
I mean?
so keen to play again
Yeah.
together. Like
Yeah.
obviously COVID.
Can I ask a question?
Sure. No.
We're not taking any more questions.
I just want to know, like, because obviously it's very serious and whatnot. Did you ever have like a bonding night or something at the start, or was all the drinking and partying after the grand final?
Oh, we didn't have any like drinking beforehand, but I mean, we did. I think a training session we had a bonding what
It
did
was
we
like
do?
the first training
The
session.
first training session we had like little games and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like
Getting to know everyone.
I was
Yeah.
full convinced, I kept saying this to Katie. I was like, I'm full convinced, like, your first night will just be like a big piss up.
nah.
And I'm like, nah, it's not the 80s anymore.
What did we do? Oh, we had a talent night. Before
Yeah.
was it before our grand final? Like
Any,
2 nights before our
what were
grand
your
final?
skills?
Well, our room we did a dance.
Were you in the same room?
Yeah, we're with so Bree, myself, Cheech, says, do you know Piper?
Yep.
Piper and Sky.
Yep.
Churchill. Yeah. So we
Choreograph something.
we
and put it
choreographed a
in.
dance.
Just whip something up.
Oh, how'd it
I'd
go?
love-
Did you win?
I'd
We
love to see
didn't.
it.
And then the
Wow.
coaches were like the judges. It was good fun.
Who won?
It was the dance.
A different
Another
dance?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
another dance.
To be fair, it was
Ripped
very
off.
good. It was really funny.
So it wasn't like WAP or something.
No, I think we did This Is Me by The Greatest Showman.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It was really emotional. It was great.
Circling back to the grand final, I was there, and you guys obviously were like local heroes. Their crowd was going crazy. Like as soon as it was anything that you did, or when you were going on and off, it was just like the crowd was literally erupting. Which
Oh my god.
that must have been pretty cool. Could you guys hear it from out there?
No. I mean,
Really, they were going crazy.
it had like I think you heard it like if you were coming on or off the field.
Yeah, you were
but
just
when
in
you're
the
there, you just
zone.
like I saw you just like tunnel vision. Like I
Yeah.
don't even hear the fullback yelling.
Yeah.
Like I just am just.
Oh,
yeah,
you'd hear
I'm so
Merriweather
out of it.
I
Carlton's
know,
fullback.
Bree, when you came on, you started on the bench, but you came on and you played really well. But did you hear everyone sort of like going off as you ran on?
I did, and then but I also like didn't. I don't
Zoned
know.
out,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was
Right,
really
she got in
just-
the zone and she's like,
Yeah.
I was like,
I actually remember.
Time to smash
I remember.
bitches.
I think I don't know if there was like stoppage on play or whatever, but when the girls on the bench would like, you know how they just like would do some runs or
Yeah,
whatever, like
yep.
not necessarily coming on, but they'll just like
warm up or
warm
whatever.
up,
Yeah,
yeah. And as soon every time the bench got up to do that, the crowd was like, "Yes, Bree!"
and then sit back down.
Yeah, everyone was like
Put
really.
it on, coach. Like those
Everyone was very pumped.
yeah, and then it was like,
I would have had the biggest head if like I was on course up there playing. Like I honestly don't know how I would deal with that.
But I think that's like a great experience. Anyway, you both played like phenomenally in that final.
Thank you.
Won the whole Super W. You beat Reds like
Yeah.
convincingly, although it seemed quite close. Like
Yeah.
the contest, it was a good contest.
Yeah.
But you guys just were so professional. And
the
just,
first half. I think when they
tight.
scored first, it was just
Yeah.
like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like
Time to pull our
they're
fingers
here
out.
to play, like.
Yeah, yeah.
But then all the girls, like, we were playing with girls who had so much experience. Like half of them are bloody capped Australian players. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
So they're all just like
They're
they
just
scored
calm.
first, and I was like, oh, like, and they're like, that's fine. Like you got 80 minutes to go. Like,
yeah, yeah.
I think so.
And that's it's good to be able to play around those sorts
I
of
was
players.
just about
and
to
just
say
keep you
that would be
grounded.
so good to have
was so
that
calming.
experience behind you as well, to be able to be like, yeah, calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's an 80-minute game. Let's go out there, do our
Yeah.
jobs.
And that's all we had
Get
to
to
do.
it,
Like
yeah.
we were the better like team on the day, but it was just like we just had to trust ourselves that didn't matter if they would, you know, put 3 tries on us in the first half. Like if
Are
we
you
just
writing
stuck
this
to our
down?
job.
We might use this for when we play next.
But yeah, no, that's literally when we played country with like Gracie, she was playing, and I was like, wow, she is so professional, like so
Yeah.
calm. And then even in the Super W, so like Laurie was on our team.
Yeah, she's
and she is
awesome.
like the most chilled out person
She's
ever.
so
Like nothing was stressing her out, like
No.
one little bit. And she was like,
And you guys won.
yeah, we won a
Yeah,
game. And I
how
think that was
good.
like her coming on and just being so chill and just like barking us around. Like it
Yeah.
was so good. But
Yeah, she's awesome.
And that was good because it would have been all the girls who's played with at
Yeah.
Snappers. There were so many Snappers girls in the side.
Yeah.
It was so good to see. They were so excited.
Yeah, they
I've
were
got to get
up and
myself up
about.
the cuffs to get
got
to the
to.
Snappers game.
It is.
I've got to get up there.
Anyway, so from that, you have now been named in the Players of National Interest side for the Wallaroos.
Yeah.
Hence
How
why we've got
Wallabies.
Wallabies. I don't have a Wallaroos jersey, sorry.
Fine.
But I thought I'd wear the green and gold
Love it.
for you.
Which is amazing. So
Congratulations. Thank That is the clapping button.
Thank you.
yeah, that's that's such a good achievement.
Yeah.
And obviously, from what I know, there was sort of a squad
Prior.
like
Yeah.
there was a squad already, and then you've come and you've
Added a few.
played out of your skin
Thank
at
you.
Super W, and you've been added to the squad.
Yeah, very lucky. That was just again like surreal, like just crazy.
Yeah,
I
you've
just
just like it's
couldn't
just like
believe
I
it.
feel like And it just shows like the type of player you are. Your career and your trajectory has just been like so quickly up.
Thank you.
And I reckon it will just keep going up
That's
and up.
And
And up.
you're 20 as well, aren't you? Which is also
Yeah,
just
amazing.
amazing. You
Literally,
have so much.
You were playing like snappers and losing the grand final to the Pirates fucking 2 years ago. Pirates.
Fuck the Pirates. I'm playing for Australia now, bitch.
I feel like one day you'll have to go back and play a
Who
game
Pirates?
for the snappers. Take on the Pirates.
I'll come to that one.
Yeah, check your boots on.
Yeah.
No, it was just crazy. Like, even just getting picked in the Waratahs, like, I had a kind of goal for myself. I've always wanted to play at this level before.
Yeah.
And I had a goal just to make the Waratahs train on squad. And then when, like,
got picked in the
yeah, I got
actual
that,
squad.
and then picked in the squad, and then it just kept going from there. I was
Yeah.
like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Like, I swear, I just still like can't even believe it.
I did see a
because-
little video of you getting like a call from the Aussie squad and you were like
Yes!
very excited.
Yeah, I was. Where was I? I was in bloody, Boambi or something. No, I don't know where I was. Or somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter where I was.
We can't edit this out.
Yeah, sorry. I was somewhere having lunch with two of my mates,
Yeah.
and then I got a call and I missed it. And then because my phone just goes off all the time with random numbers, I think it's just like.
Yeah.
Telemarketers.
It
They're
is.
ringing from
And
mobile.
then when you call
never-
back, you can't call back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
they're
I
ringing
don't
from
even
mobile
try.
houses,
I don't
the
even
switches.
try and call them back. Like I swear I get like 5 a day. And I'm
Yeah.
just
If
like,
someone
what the hell?
wants to get in contact with you, leave
They'll-
me a message
yeah,
and I'll
that's-
get back to you.
Yeah. So then, well, that's the thing. I had the call from Peter Breen, which is he's the backs coach.
Yeah.
And then I missed it, and then he sent me a text. He was like, "Oh, it's Peter Breen for the Wallaroos," and I was like, "What the fuck?" So I was like, "I'm gonna call him back." I called him back straight away. I was like,
teary.
I know. I'm like, wow, how nice.
"You made me cry."
Get his
No,
thoughts
so
on
then I was
this.
just like jumping around. I was like, "Oh my god, like thank you." And I have no
Yeah.
idea what the phone conversation was like because I was just
Yeah.
in shock. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
And
Well,
now
people-
you've started, like, obviously you can't train in Sydney at the moment, but I understand you're on some sort of training regime. I've seen,
Yeah,
like,
we have like
Do you have
so
like a set, like a game, or is it all just training at this point in time, or do you have
training
like,
at the moment,
or
and
do
then
you have a game?
They is in like
projected
September
for
or
the
yeah,
future?
in New Zealand. I don't know the dates off the top of my head, but September and October, 26th.
I'm just going to say this now. COVID needs to fuck off,
Yeah,
so we
100%.
can
Yes.
get you out on the paddock.
Yes, I did see a few confirmed ones with New Zealand around
Yeah,
that time,
and
which is
I think it's the
exciting.
end of September and the start of October.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
is
would be
so
so cool. Have you been to New Zealand
exciting.
before?
Yes, I have. I've been to Queenstown and Auckland, which is really good for a
Be nice to
holiday.
go back.
Yeah.
I was meant to go there last year, but
So
COVID
good.
also
Have you been
ruined it.
before?
No, it was my birthday present, and COVID ruined it.
You've got to go.
But anyway, so how many times are you training? Just you obviously on your own at the moment, but how many times have they got you training doing fitness types?
We have like 2 conditioning blocks a week, and then
Yep.
obviously 2 gym sessions.
You
and
should
then
send
do
them through to
skill
me.
stuff.
I would love to like try and get fit.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
But then I've been doing the Bree's been helping me with the conditioning.
Yeah, how's that been going, Bree?
It's been great, you know, running around.
I need.
No.
I'll come and do it. Let's
You
film
can.
let's do a vlog of us trying to keep up with these girls doing a conditioning set. It'll
Let's
be
do it.
hilarious because I'm so unfit, obviously, as you can see my
Let's
fucking-
do it. We'll make
No,
Yeah.
like, it's so good.
Let's
like
do it
I
for
don't
some
think
content.
like training by yourself is so hard.
Oh,
like,
it's very
Boring,
hard.
Yeah, it'd be like it'd be exactly like if you're in rehab or something.
And it's especially like conditioning. Like conditioning, I need someone. To,
Conditioning
like,
is
be
one of
able
those
to push
things that
me,
you just
like-
can't have. You're like, oh, I don't know if I'll do that last.
Yeah.
set. like, I've been doing pretty good. Like,
Yeah, that's what,
do
like,
I need to do that?
I
last
saw poor. We had training out at Medowie the other day, and I saw
Yeah.
poor Ash Masters just on the other field. I got there early, and she's like on the other field on her own, like just running a lap.
yeah,
'cause
I was
she's-
gonna say she messaged me, and I think we'll like link up and do some conditioning because, like I said, like it's
Yeah.
so hard to do it by yourself. And if we're
Yeah.
both here, and Lane's here as well. Lane's in
Yeah.
the Wallaroo squad.
That's
so.
mad that you've got like local people that you can just sort of do
Yeah,
that with.
and
Yeah.
no, we would love to come along for one and see how we go.
Yeah,
No,
do
seriously,
it.
let's link it up and we'll get someone to film it because I think just purely for the comical effect, it'll be so funny.
I think you guys will surprise yourself. Pete, I know you're fit. You'll be fine.
Oh, this month I am because I'm not drinking.
Oh yeah, how's your dry July going?
It's all right.
It's nearly over.
we've raised like $700.
That's so good.
We've
Congratulations.
hit it out of the park. So pat on the back to us. Oh, thank you. Should I touch you?
Yeah.
Have you got any good footy stories you'd like to tell us before we sort of get to
Wrap it
some
up.
other stuff?
Any Wicked Mad Monday stories that you want to leak?
Oh shit. Well, we didn't get a Mad Monday for Waratahs.
Yeah.
So
You said you
not
had a
that.
pretty good one with wildfires
Yeah, what did we
last year.
do?
Last year was pretty good.
don't know, we
That's an indication that you
I mean, it
can't
was-
remember.
we were at mine on the Saturday, and then we went out to Love It.
Yeah, that's right. I
And
think
then
it
you
was
had
just-
you actually.
Oh.
This, Caitlin can tell the story about this of our last.
Yeah, on the Monday I had a uni assessment. I had to go do like a practical class. Like I had to teach my peer assessment. It was like peer on peer teaching. And then so I don't think I had any sleep on the Sunday night and we were just like fucked. And then I had to get up and go to uni at 9 till 12 and do like a practical lesson.
And I hear you aced it.
I did. I don't know how, but I did. I was well prepared. But then I was literally,
Sleep is for the weak anyway.
Actually, Bree, you would have been obviously Sydney Uni would have had their Silly Sunday last year. How was that?
grand final win.
It was. We actually went on a little boat cruise thing.
Oh my God.
That sounds so silly.
We were drinking in my backyard, and you guys were at a fucking boat cruise.
It was like a party boat
That's
thing.
so Sydney of you.
In all honesty, that does sound very nice. Continue.
ended up back at the sponsor pub, good old Lady Hampshire. It was a great
Ripped
day.
and Ted.
Gosh.
Anyone get up to
Pete,
any
where's
mischief?
your boat?
Remember much.
Look, I felt like I was on a boat that night.
Same.
Yeah.
Once it was really hot in Peter's backyard, so we filled up one of those weird tubs of like those plastic tubs, and
Oh my
We were,
God.
like,
You're
sitting,
the bus.
we were sitting under our orange tree in the back, and we're just like putting our feet, and we're like, oh, this is such a nice day, like how luxurious. We were so drunk, and we looked down, and the bucket was just like filled with muddy water because we kept getting in and out to get drinks.
yeah. So
Everyone's feet were touching because the bucket was only like tiny.
No.
so that's our boat.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
We seem to have a jinx every episode.
Yeah.
Do you want to go into these?
Yeah, rightio. So we will start. Caitlin, you can answer first for yours. So best advice you've ever been given?
Oh, shit. I don't know. Maybe it sounds cliche just to give everything a
Yeah,
go.
100%.
I don't know.
And I feel like that's the type of person you are.
There's
You
never
sort of throw yourself
a
into
wrong or
whatever.
right or a cliche answer for this. So
Yeah.
just
And
go with what your heart
Bree?
says.
That's all really, yeah.
I don't quite remember it, but it's something like you can't control
Uncontrollable?
something like that. I don't know. Basically, like whatever happens. Just control what you can, and then like
Yeah.
Are you a
Yeah,
Reiki
it's better than
healer?
mine.
Because that's what my Reiki
that was
healer
good.
said to me the other day. You
And
can't
then-
control the
Hey.
uncontrollable or some
Oh,
shit like
yeah.
that.
And
Wow.
what's a motto you live by?
You are your only limit.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And what about you, Brie?
Oopsies.
Fucking hell, don't just spill that on me, Mac.
Motto I live by.
Doesn't have to be serious. It can be stay hot, not sober. I don't care. It can
Is that
be-
yours?
Maybe.
Just give everything go.
Well done.
Well done. Well done. We got
We will
there.
go into a little
You really
quiz.
just put us on the hot seat for that one.
Yeah,
Didn't have
sorry.
time to think.
Well, we did tell you these questions at the start of the
I was
podcast.
thinking about
Well,
it.
to be honest, I should have sent them through to you earlier. I should have
fine.
also brought my notes. Look, there's a lot. I
It
should have
doesn't
pressed
matter, it's
record at the
fine.
start of the button.
Yeah,
It's been a bit
hopefully.
of a whole fuck
So
up.
we have some quiz questions for Caitlin, and then we got one for Brie at the end.
Gosh.
You know,
We appreciate Brie coming on the show. The only reason we don't have more questions is because it was a last minute addition. But
Yeah.
we do appreciate both of you coming on. So Caitlin, you are a Parramatta fan.
Yep.
You love your Eels.
Love the eels.
When was the Eels' last premiership?
Like 1998.
you'll know the answer to that one, so you can
Was I close?
hold that up. I don't want these snitches.
Bam, bam.
Oh. What did you say?
1998.
1986.
Oh.
so
That is a
close.
long
Long time ago.
So how many wooden spoons have the Parramatta Eels collected over their time in the comp?
A lot. I'd say like double digits.
Cool. Yeah, you're onto something here.
Give us a number.
36.
Ooh. It was 14.
14.
You don't have a lot of faith in your Eels.
I did have them all the years written down, and they lost like 7 in a row.
Oh,
But
poor
I
things.
think 2018 was the last time they actually.
We're on the up.
Who was
These are doing
your-
well now.
Who
so-
was your most capped player? Like, who's played the most games for the Eels?
Oh, shit.
An extra point if
He's
X-
bald. I know that. I
No,
think.
he's
No.
not. He actually has a luscious locks of hair.
You would know him, though.
You can jump in if you know this, Brie.
Help.
Yeah, if you want to jump in and help.
And
Although it'd be kind of sad if the not Eels fan gets more right.
extra
I
points
honestly
if you
don't
can
know.
guess how many caps.
Oh, he's
as
got
well.
dreadlocks?
No.
Oh.
Do you want to have a guess?
No.
Do you want to have a guess, Brie?
Embarrassing.
Have a guess. Anyone?
Jared Hayne.
Hit the button.
Bree, do you want to guess?
I don't even know who plays for the Eels.
She won't know.
It was Nathan Highmarsh with,
Oh, I knew that.
No, you didn't.
with
Mitch
303
and
games.
303. So
Good on him. Yeah, because he never won a premiership.
never won a premiership.
Yeah.
All right. So, who is the all-time top point scorer for Parramatta, and then who is the 2021?
Are you kidding?
I think maybe, what if we just give, what about this year? Top point scorer for this year.
For Parramatta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, the winger, Ferguson.
He's actually not been in the side for the last 5 weeks. He came back this week for his first game back, but
Do you want to have another go before I press the green button?
No, you're good. Just press the green button.
Mitch Moses.
Mitch Moses.
Oh, I knew that.
'Cause you do get the points, for kicking goals too. So that's
Oh,
good.
true. Yeah, you do too.
Um,
That was stupid.
Last grand final appearance.
2006.
Close.
No, that's when the Broncos took it out.
Oh,
Okay, so Caitlin, you actually got
0%.
0 out of 5.
Oh,
Now we've got 2 questions for
Two
you,
questions
Bree,
for
because
Bree.
we weren't prepared for this.
When was St George's last grand final win?
2010.
Well done.
are you serious?
Yes, because you beat the Chooks, you snitch.
Bree's favourite team is St George, by the way. We didn't preface that, but
Don't.
well, you're already going better than Caitlin, and I think you
And you only have 2. And you only have 2 questions.
Who hosted the most recent $305,000 worth party for the St George Dragons?
Oh, I knew.
I don't.
Come on, you're going for 100% here.
No pressure.
It wasn't Sims because he was at Origin. What's his name?
I don't know. You're gonna have to tell us. Caitlin, don't. I was gonna say, Caitlin, you can jump in.
Do you want to know what she just said? DeBellin.
No, he was the one hiding under the bed.
She can jump in if you get it wrong.
He was there, we can confirm
He was there.
that.
Maybe that's what I read.
It's got a weird name, doesn't he?
He does have a weird name. Most likely playing for the Bulldogs next year now.
He's been sacked recently because of it.
Come on, just do
I
a guess.
can't even.
I know.
No, what?
No,
Caitlin, do you want to guess?
As
Nah.
soon as you say it, I'm gonna.
It was Paul Vaughan.
Knew it.
Come on, yeah.
So, Bree, Paul actually wins that.
you got 50%, so that's
I helped
that's
her.
actually not too
Righto,
bad.
we've got a couple questions. Just answer whatever comes into your head.
Oh my god.
Quickly.
Oh, is this like a fast round?
Yeah. It doesn't matter what you
so
say. Both
both-
answer at the same time. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
What's the last thing you ate?
Coffee.
That's a drink.
Toast.
What'd you have on it?
Avocado.
Eggs.
Me too. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be? Like right now, COVID's not a thing.
New Zealand.
Ireland.
Nice.
And what's your favourite podcast?